having some trouble earlier with knowing when there were people watching. So I'm going to make sure. Hi, Nailani. Hi, Simeon. Okay. For some reason this morning at Circle Time, hi Logan, hi. For some reason this morning at Circle Time I could not see the comments, so I hope that drop me a comment to make sure that I can see it. Alright, at bedtime we always start with lotion in our house, and we always start with lotion at bedtime stories, so if you have some lotion, you just want to rub and rub all up and down your arms. I hope the comments are working. Alright, so we are going to read one long book tonight, and since we're talking about things in our kitchen, I thought we could read a really good book about an egg and about other vegetables that are in the kitchen. This book is called Egbert, the Slightly Cracked Egg. Egbert has a painting palette, a paintbrush, a hat on. That's a silly egg to wear a hat. If you guys are commenting, I'm not getting it. Alright. Let's start with Egbert and see if the comments get to work. There once was an egg named Egbert. He loved to paint beautiful pictures. Egbert's painting always cheered up the other eggs in the refrigerator. But one day, it was discovered that Egbert was slightly cracked. You see his crack on his back? Oh no. Eggs with cracked shells were not allowed to stay. Sadly, the other eggs told Egbert he would have to leave. Egbert waved goodbye to his old friends. He hunched his shoulders, well, what shoulders he had, and pressed his shell together so that the crack almost disappeared. Almost. Then he set out to look for a new place to live. All the drawers had labels, but none of them was right for Egbert. He knew he would have to look harder. There had to be some place where he would fit in. Before long, Egbert came to a spot with a beautiful view. If only I could stay here, he thought. Then he had a great idea. No one had to know that he was an egg with a cracked shell. He would paint himself to look like the other things around him. He'd blend right in. But just as Egbert was thinking he'd found the perfect place, a potato plant happened to notice his crack. "Split!" the plant ordered. Egbert tried not to be discouraged. Maybe I'll have better luck outdoors, he said. The only way down was to jump. Look at him. He's jumped all the way down off the ledge. Luckily, Egbert landed on a soft bed of flowers. He had never seen flowers before, but they smelled even better than butter and lettuce. Perhaps this is the perfect place for me, he thought. A dab here, a splotch there. Voila! Egbert was covered with flowers. But late that afternoon, an angry bee discovered that you cannot get nectar from an egg. Again, Egbert was told to leave. It was getting dark, and he still had not found a place to live. Just when he was about to give up all hope, a glimmer of something caught his eye. I wonder what it is. What beautiful lights, Egbert whispered. With all his might and twice his usual care, he climbed up the fence. Perfect, said Egbert, when he was covered with stars. Look at how beautiful he looked. Hi, Leanna and Macklin. But the next morning, when the night stars were gone, a cat discovered that Egbert was just an egg without a cracked shell. That Egbert was just an egg with a cracked shell. Scramble, said the cat. Egbert took a hard fall on the sidewalk. Now he was more cracked than ever. Poor Egbert, as it started to rain, he began to cry. He realized that no matter how he painted himself, he could not hide who he was. Poor Egbert, he feels sad. Finally, the rain stopped, and the sun broke through the crack in the clouds. Egbert began to notice something that he had never noticed in his whole life. The world was full of cracks. All sorts of wonderful cracks. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to be slightly cracked, he thought. From then on, Egbert traveled around the world, making new friends and seeing famous cracked sights. You see the crack in the volcano? That's a famous crack. You see the crack on his eggshell still? He still has one. But he never forgot his friends back home in the fridge. And he painted them a beautiful postcard of all of his travels. He's painting all the cracks that he sees. Just because he has a crack doesn't mean that he's a bad egg. There's a crack here. There's a crack on the volcano. There's a crack in the sky. There's a crack in the field right there. They were well and truly amazed. And they missed him, if truth be told. To this day, Egbert does not regret being cracked. In fact, he is even still a little proud. He painted a picture of himself with that crack on his shell. He said he was proud of it. And there's no more words, so we say the end, the end. All right, you guys. It is time for us to get ready for bed, to brush our teeth. I'm going to do a video on teeth brushing, I think, next week, so we can start practicing that skill at home if we're not already doing it. Parents of Hopewell City Public School that are in my class, we are going to be talking soon about how we can work with related services for the time being while we're out. So I'll be reaching out to each parent individually to see what you guys need, what you're looking for, and how we can best schedule services for you guys and your child, and hopefully it will all work out. We are all still kind of taking it day by day, so once I have some more information, I'll let you know, but I definitely want you guys to kind of start thinking about what kind of things that would be helpful for you between now and June, what kind of things you've seen in the past few weeks that you've already been thinking, well, I could really use help in this area or this area, and we will come up with a list together, and I'm going to facilitate some of those meetings and I think it'll be a really great collaboration that we have with the related services. So, that being said, start thinking. I'm going to reach out to everyone individually, and throughout spring break, we're going to get some plans together and start to get to work. All right. I love you all. I will see you in the morning. Bye.